Do you find that you're someone who is the one that carries everyone? The one that everyone relies on? The one that can feel everyone and how they're feeling? So you want to step up and do everything you can to make everyone around you happy. But they don't return that to you, or they don't seem to notice you when you're upset, when you're going through turmoil, when you need support, when you need surprises. Do you find that as you're navigating through life, you naturally draw to people that want to use you, that put a lot of pressure and their own problems on you without any consideration for how you feel or what you might be going through? Did you grow up in a home where you were the one that should have been a child but ended up having to be a mini mum or a mini dad? When you were in that environment, you probably even felt as a child that you were doing the right thing, that in giving a lot of yourself to your family was actually a good thing, because it aligned with you, because you were in pain when they weren't happy. Your empath was kicking and screaming when the people around you weren't happy, so you were going above and beyond to meet their needs. And so you probably felt quite good about that. You were probably satisfying a part of yourself that is very connected and in tune and wants to create harmony. You probably also felt that taking for yourself, even though you would give them above and beyond, taking for yourself was just absolutely not in the question. Why would you feed yourself? That's selfish. Why would you feed yourself and not someone else? Whereas your compassion, like how you probably thought in your own head, like, how can I do this for myself when I can see someone over there struggling? Someone I love, someone I care about. And what happens over time is you go from being young, feeling this way, processing it this way, to getting older and actually starting to realize, like, hang on, they don't actually reciprocate what I give them. And you internalize that. And then you come to a conclusion that something's wrong with you. And so you need to do even more to be able to meet them, to meet their needs, to be able to support them. Because you've got to a point where when you look in and you look at your self-reflection, that self-worth isn't there, that self-love isn't there. It's built and based on external sources, the people that are around you, the people that you serve, and not correctly. We are all here, yes, to serve and to raise the vibration of humanity. But first, we have to serve ourselves. First, we have to be aligned with ourselves and have a cup that's overpouring so that we can fill others, not the other way around. When you constantly pour and fill other people's cups, you're leaving your temple to decay. You're abandoning your life's and soul purpose as well, because you are like a waiter or a waitress that's almost walking down other people's soul paths and purposes with them, just giving them refreshments, aiding them in getting closer to their purpose. And you're not feeding your own journey. And for us to be powerful and to really step into our gifts and our blessings and to start really harmonizing and drawing people to us that isn't going to take advantage of our empath and our people pleaser, you will start drawing people to you that appreciate you, that can connect with you on a higher vibration. But in order to do this, people pleasers, empaths, especially if you're a people pleaser and an empath, you need to make the first brave decision and hard decision to be like, I'm done, first of all, serving people that don't want to reciprocate the same level of appreciation for themselves and for you. Because a lot of these people that you serve may also not be on the correct path. If they're having to outsource and take and drain you and your resources and your energy, they're not doing their inner work. And that's not on you. One of the most bravest things to do is to be able to look at people that you care about and love and say, enough, I have limits and boundaries with you. I'm not letting you step over those lines, and I'm not stepping into your space. I'm not going to do you a disservice by constantly pouring my energy into you. That's not my job. It's your job to step out of your box and find your lines. It's your job to fill your cup, not mine. And one of the hardest things for an empath as well is when you are so locked into someone, and this can happen quite easily. An empath can walk into a room and bang, you know exactly how everyone's thinking and feeling. And when you have to grow up in this environment, you go out of your way to make sure that everyone's needs are met. Even if it sacrifices your health, even if it sacrifices your mental health, even if it sacrifices your dreams, your education, your inner development, your spiritual development. When you're younger and you're an empath, a baby empath can feel everyone around them. So if the people around them are experiencing heightened and negative emotions, that empath's not going to want to feel that. And even though she absorbs the energy from it, she will go out of her way to do external actions to make sure that they can stay in a state that is pleasing for an empath to absorb. Comfortable. Especially when we're young and we're babies to this. We're not even sure sometimes whether they're our emotions or other people's emotions. There's blurred lines. And this is the beautiful thing about being an empath and a people pleaser, is you start to forge and find those lines as you grow, as you, like a ping pong, get bounced off loads of different types of vampire energy vampires, people that just want to use you because they can. And it will start pushing your soul to a point where it's like, I'm ready to detach from that identity. I've learned so much going through it. I've been able to really connect to people, but now I'm teaching myself, and this is the second thing, how to disconnect. Work with your empath. Your empath doesn't need to absorb everything and everyone everywhere you go. Build a relationship with your empath to be able to put out those radars when you want to, and close them down when you need to. Disconnect, disattach. Focus on you and your goal. It's so hard being a people pleaser. It's such a hard journey, constantly being open and putting yourself out there, feeling like you're going completely against your instincts, going completely against your morals, your values, to say no to someone. No is such a hard word, but you shouldn't be afraid to say no. Why? No is just putting a healthy boundary in. And when you say no and you start putting these healthy boundaries in, not only are you doing right by yourself, but you're also doing right by them. When you let people just wander and wander and wander without any boundaries, where's the structure? Where's the lessons? Where's the end and the beginning? There's just vast space, vast and endless. There's nothing at the end. There's nothing to work towards. You're just letting them constantly go through and break your boundaries, use you and drain you. Don't watch this and be like, oh no, I'm an empath and a people pleaser. Don't think of it as a bad thing either. Take strength from this. Take the lessons that are being taught. Like, wow, you can literally tune into everyone in the room. You can understand how people are feeling. That's going to go a very long way into being with you and your soul's purpose. Connecting with other humans and understanding them on different levels is a very valuable blessing, tool. You can use that. You can lean into that. Being a people pleaser, you've had to go through being the servant. You've had to go through being the one that carries everyone, regardless of how you're feeling. You have to be the one who has to go through being invisible, left out, expected of instead of appreciated. You have to go through all of that. It is draining. It's tiring. It is hurtful, especially when people can turn around and discard you like that, even though you put all that value into them. When you come back from having to go through experiences like that, what type of product, what type of identity, what type of direction do you think you're going to step into after having been through that? Because for me, when I stepped out of that and I stepped into me and I regained my identity, it was so liberating. I was like, I can be me, whoever I want, whoever I truly am. I don't have to feel afraid or insecure about what they're gonna think. I'm owning myself. I'm finding myself. I'm going in, I'm healing what needs to be healed. I'm removing the energy blockages that are in my body, in my aura, in my space. And I'm gonna learn the word no, so that I can start building healthy boundaries. And I remember the first time I said no to someone, he was like, can you just do me a favor? I was like, no, actually I can't. Because this weekend, I'm focusing on my business. This weekend, I'm gonna go and hit a dance class and get back into one of my old-time hobbies that I absolutely love, that I lost time to do when I was serving you. No, I took back my power. And it was so liberating, and it was interesting because when I took back my power, the people that always wanted to lean on me and use me, they left my life. And I started drawing in different types of people on higher vibrations who aligned more with me. And the power that I had just regained. It's so rewarding coming back out of that. So just remember, if you feel powerless, if you feel judged, if you feel like you absolutely cannot step out of being a servant to these people who have expectations for you and no appreciation, oh my god, I'm excited for you to step into your power, because it's coming. You're going to get opportunities to be able to step back into your power, and when you do, everyone's going to be surprised, you're going to be shocked. But you can finally start being who you actually are. You can start doing, going, being who you want to be, where you want to go, and what you want to do. You only have you first to deal with before you can start filling up other people's cups. You can start letting go of all those labels that they put on you, those boxes. You just break out of them, relabel yourself, rebrand yourself. There is no longer a need for empaths / people pleasers to be lent on. We need you. There's power sitting in you. The power of the leaders. You have the power of compassion. You have the power of being able to hone in like a radio station and understand how everyone's thinking and feeling around you. You have the power of perception, creativity, inspiration. It's just sitting all in there, waiting for you to wake up that lion and step back into your power. People will always use you. People will always try and take advantage of you and get what they can get. That's always going to happen. But the more you step into your power, the more you build those healthy boundaries, the more you can start moving away from that type of energy. And actually being you. They're wasting time, your time. They're wasting your energy. You're wasting your energy. They can't do anything to you unless you allow it. You're allowing this. Together you're making a co-creation of wasting your time and energy. Why? You're brilliant, beautiful, intelligent. Look at what you do for everyone. Look at how you make other people feel. Imagine pulling that back in, really building that relationship with yourself, and then starting a business where you can serve people. Like you know you can, because you've been doing it your whole life. I want to see my empaths and my people pleasers stepping into their power. This is where we're going to find leaders, mentors, guides. Don't be afraid to step out and step away. There is so much in it. Let go, and the universe will bring you so much more. You can't help anyone until you've helped yourself. And this is where I'm going to leave it with you guys today. Sending so much love out to my empaths, out to my people pleasers. Stay strong. Keep your head high. And when the opportunity arises, when the opportunity comes, when you can lean into it, step out and step up. Because you are gifted and extraordinary. Love to you. Love, peace, have a wonderful day. If you're artistic, get out something, paint, cook, express yourself. Find something that has always made you feel alive. It can be a hobby, just like dancing, watching football, whatever it is, playing football, going to the theatre. Find something that sets you on fire and do it within the next 7 days. Start really pulling out that inner you that wants to be fed, that wants to step up with you, for you, in you. I know you can do it. Love.